As I mentioned before, this is the SME Hub with myself, Xenia, and I do have the ever so radiant Christine Rita Abankwa in studio with me each and every Thursday. She joins me, as well as she just, she lends a bit of her expertise, or a lot of her expertise actually, and I get to pick her brain all about entrepreneurship. But Christine, I'd rather want to give you the platform to tell us exactly who you are and what it is that you do.
Thank you so much, Xenia, for having me here every Thursday. It's always amazing to converse with you. I am a purpose catalyst, vision implementer, and startup strategist. So basically, I work with individuals and organizations to help them build strong, profitable brands that are based on their vision and their purpose.
I like that. Vision and purpose is something that we all need to have in order to make whatever it is that we need in life to grow. Now, today's discussion is the types of entrepreneurs. The reason why I chose this discussion for today, which is types of entrepreneurs, is because I've realized that there is not just one type of entrepreneur. Now, entrepreneurs take their ideas and turn them into a reality, creating jobs that contribute to their local ecosystem. However, not all entrepreneurs are the same, and I have discovered that there are several types of entrepreneurs. Each entrepreneur type is motivated differently and has their own rules for success. And this comes down to my question for Christine for this afternoon. What are the different types of entrepreneurs?
Thanks, Xenia. Well, the first thing that we need to remember is that this is a very broad topic, and we are very privileged to live in a time when we can really determine our own definitions based on our unique resources and what we have at our disposal. So we can categorize entrepreneurs as small businesses, large companies, scalable startups, and social entrepreneurs. So small businesses are the most common, where people run their own businesses, have a few employees, and generate income to support their families and maintain their lifestyles. They don't necessarily have to serve a large market. Then you have startups, and these are young companies that develop unique products and services and bring them to market. These operations are often financed by the founders, friends, and family, or any funder who believes in their dream. They may start on a shoestring budget, but their aim is to scale in future. So scalable startups are like the ones you see coming out of Silicon Valley. These are world-changing companies that need specialized expertise and massive amounts of venture capital, and they seek to grow and expand quite rapidly. Then we have the larger companies. These are more advanced, creating services and products to meet the market demand and sustain innovation in the process. And finally, we have the social entrepreneurs, who are driven by a cause and not money. So they use their resources, skills, and knowledge to start companies or nonprofits that make the world a better place.
Come on. The Power Hour, a show for aspiring and operating entrepreneurs. We speak to young business leaders, look at the African economy and the opportunities it offers. The Power Hour, your entrepreneurship hub, Mondays to Fridays between 5 and 6 p.m., exclusive to Energy 100, the power station. Welcome back to the Power Hour. Christine just mentioned the different entrepreneurs that we have, or that are out there. Now, Christine, what type of entrepreneurs do we need in Namibia, or rather in Africa?
Well, rather than saying what type, I would say that I would really like to see SMEs leveling up.
Okay.
Right? I would like to see small businesses have a future. So instead of saying that, okay, this is the business that I do, this is the small market that I serve, how do you think about scaling up to become a large company? Remember, we talked about large companies as well. If you are somebody who is sitting with a lot of ideas, how do you become a startup that wants to scale? Okay. So I think it's more about, how do we level up? How do we think about moving from one level to the other, so that your future isn't determined by what you're doing now and that's it? This is as far as you're going.
Yeah.
What can you do to grow in future, so that you can even sell your company if you need to, or grow and make more money and acquire more wealth.
All right, now how do we get our entrepreneurs to change their mindsets from just wanting to be an SME, but then also to play in the big leagues with the corporate company, with the bigger companies rather, and compete in a bigger market? And does Namibia have space for more big companies?
I think that wherever you have people who think, and we are thinkers, because your potential is not limited, right? Wherever you have thinkers, you have opportunity. Does Namibia have space? I think it does have space. I think the government does so much to support SMEs. But I think what we need to focus on now more is building capacity for SME expansion.
Okay.
We need to create more awareness. We need to focus on business training and expansive training. So if you have a small business, what do they need to do? What do they need to be mentored in? What skills do they need to acquire to see themselves as progressive? For instance, if you are a domestic helper, right? You can start thinking about how to hire other people to work under you. What sort of support does that lady need? Because as it is, if you are a domestic worker, it's very likely that that's going to be your career for life. If somebody teaches you how to think expansively, right?
Yeah.
Then the next thing you're thinking is, where I live, how many other women or young girls are unemployed?
Yeah.
Right? Can I start linking them up with people who need jobs? That is a business you are starting for yourself, right? So it's really the expansive thinking that I think that we need.
I like that, the expansive thinking. I think we should actually change the name of the show to that one, maybe just for this segment. Expansive thinking, and also making sure that you don't just think of right now, but also where you can go tomorrow. Christine, I want to thank you so much for always taking the time to share your knowledge and educate us a little bit, especially as entrepreneurs during this time of COVID-19. It does seem like our entrepreneurs are the ones making or creating a difference within our communities and helping the economy as well, with so many major businesses shutting their doors and retrenching employees. This is the time for you to become your own